This Friday we had Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. We actually talked about it a couple months back. Shit, it's been a minute since we talked about that shit. We'll have to go back and watch that shit, see what the fuck we said back then. But we got some shit to say today. So Jake Paul, age 27, went up against Mike Tyson, age 58, at the AT&T Stadium, like I said, last Friday night in Arlington, Texas. This was an official bout that went on both records, okay? Why? I'm not sure. I don't really know. It was more of a circus than anything else. The fight had special rules, which were 8 2-minute rounds. As you know, if you know ball, that's not usual. And the fighters wore 14-ounce gloves, also not usual for boxing. So Mike Tyson went into this with a 50-6 record. Paul went into it with a 10-1 record. Obviously, Tyson took a loss. Paul took a win here. Let's get into it, man. Jake Paul won in a unanimous decision. I'll go first, Silos. Let's get this shit out the way. So let me talk about this little bitch named Jake Paul for a minute, all right? Then you can go, Silos. So apparently he calls himself El Gallo. Can you believe that shit, Silos? Fucking El Gallo. That's what he calls himself. I mean,
and he had a little fucking gallo on top of his head. Doesn't even fucking know.
You're more like a gallina, boy. This is Tony Millones, but today I'm your boogeyman, and this is the Big Papi Podcast because we got to sun your ass real quick, okay? And we got to be your fathers today because that degenerate piece of filth named Greg Paul that you call a father did not teach you anything about anything, okay? So let's get into it. Mike had this boy scared in the first few rounds, man. If you look at that shit, Mike showed flashes of his old self. Everyone knows this. If you saw the fight, he showed flashes. He was out here bobbing and moving really aggressively. And Jake was like, hey, I don't think this is part of the script, man. What the fuck? So he was backing up mad fast, and I think it was the end of the second when he just like retreated real fast. He did not want that smoke. You know, obviously Mike gassed out. He's 58, man. And once he met the requirement for the extra $5 million, for those viewers that don't know, Jake put out a video saying he would pay Mike Tyson $5 million if he made it past 4 rounds. Which, I mean, if I'm Mike, it sounds like to me that Mike needed his payday. All right, so an extra $5 million, you know, why not let him slide for 4 rounds? And then at that point, Mike was gassed. Well, you know, we all knew Mike had 2 rounds. If it was going to happen, it had to happen fast. The KO, of course. And then if you look at the stats, man, I mean, Jake literally did not throw nearly as much as he did in, I got the numbers right here. His punches went from, you know, an average of 20, give or take 25 in the first 2 rounds. Total punches landed. They jumped to about an average of 35 to 40 in the later rounds. He clearly was not throwing nearly as hard. Why? Maybe because Mike was, actually trying a little bit more in the first one and moving a lot more, making it more evasive for Paul to hit him, and then he gassed out in the later rounds, right? Talk about taking advantage of desperate man in need. I don't know Mike's financial situation, but he did not need this fucking fight. So he took it for the money. Let's be real, right? So Jake, you better pay that man his $5 million that you fucking promised, that you said on camera that you would pay, stacking money on top of your belly as if that makes you a man. But yeah, go ahead, pay him his $5 million, be a man for once in your life, right? And man, at the end of the fight, man, I wanted to sue Jake Paul myself, honestly. Like, for the waste of time I fucking spent watching that circus of a fight. I mean, it was a spectacle, man. What a waste of time, seriously. I'm not even the only one that's wanted to sue him, apparently. Because there's a lawsuit that's been put together, Silos, against Netflix for the lagging, glitching, and issues that went on during that fight. Shit, you guys texted me. You were trying to watch it on Netflix. You told me about it, that it was lagging. I mean, it was clearly a problem for multiple people, and I hope they all pay up. Pay up. Y'all fucked up. Whether or not there's a case, I can't speak to that or not, but I know people did not get to see the fight and probably missed it at some point, parts of it at least. Make it right. And it sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like it fits so naturally to have this come up, for such a scamming idiot like Jake Paul. And it's not that hard to believe when Logan Paul, his brother, with all the scamming allegations that he has on his record, that they're brothers, it seems like these boys can't find any way of making money other than scamming people. It's honestly embarrassing, man. I honestly don't even know why Jake wanted to take this fight. He says he wants to be taken seriously. I think you should stay in your lane. All right, you're a good spectacle, man. Like you're a circus. People like to watch you because they want to see you fail. You say you play the heel so well. I guess you learned from your brother, who's in WWE. Logan is a WWE superstar, and honestly, be like your brother. Be a spectacle. Just keep fighting these influencers. Keep fighting these retired MMA fighters. Do not try to be an actual boxer because you're not. You still aren't. Do you work hard? Maybe. I'll discuss that another day. I'm not here to praise you at all. because I think you're a piece of shit at the end of the day. Don't be taken seriously. Do not ask for Canelo. I swear to God, do not ask for Canelo, because he will knock your ass out really, really fucking fast. And if he doesn't, it's because you ran the whole time. That's what's gonna happen if you fight Canelo, right? Your head will hit the fucking mat, and it's gonna be loud. So don't do that. The last time you fought a fucking boxer was Tommy Fury, when he dog walked your ass the entire fucking fight. Okay. And here's the thing, all right. I watched that fight back. How much are you paying these announcers to glaze the ever-living shit out of you, man? I mean, seriously, you're over here paying announcers to talk about Tommy Fury, and you was a 50-50 fight. That shit was not a 50-50 fight, and here you even had the announcers glaze you again. All right, I get it. You're the cash cow. They gotta praise you so they keep their jobs. All right, but man, can you stop it? You're not a boxer. I mean, you only fought one boxer. That's your loss. That's the loss you took, because you fought a real boxer. Rematch Tommy Fury. See how that goes. All right. He was looking really elementary to me. He kept throwing the same combination over and over again, and I was not impressed at all. I was like, come on, man. Like, this is supposed to be the real boxer that we've been waiting for to see. Like I said, Tommy dominated the fight. He looked unbothered the whole time, confident, because he was actually younger than you. For a fact, I think he was 24 at the time. Okay, not fucking 30 years older than you, fighting Mike Tyson at 30 years old. I'll wrap it up here with just this, okay? So a reporter asked Logan Paul in between rounds, and he asked him, his thoughts, basically, because I don't know why they asked Logan Paul in between. Again, this is like some WWE shit, okay? He asked him in between rounds what he thought in the middle of the Fury fight, and then he responded with, the entire Fury family are bitches, okay? The only bitch here is Logan, Jake, and Greg Paul. All right, let me get that straight. The entire Paul family are bitches, okay? Let me say that again. The entire Paul family are bitches. Because Logan is over here using the birth of his daughter to promote Lunchly, his new product, and to promote Jake Paul's fight. Go look at his Instagram and YouTube. He has his wife, Nina, is in the middle of labor, and Logan is using the time. Oh, let me promote my shitty product, Lunchly. And then he's pulling up. He has the baby girl on his shoulder, like supposedly rocking her and dancing. I don't know what he was doing. Go watch that shit. It's ridiculous. All right, sorry excuse for a father. I feel bad for your children that will come, because you're a terrible father. You use anything for money, and that's all you care about, you greedy, scummy bitch. All right. And Jake, like I said, stay in your lane, man. Keep fighting influencers, and keep fighting men that are about to collect Social Security. All right. But again, fight Canelo, find out, so we can all fucking enjoy you getting your ass beat for once. All right. But that's it, man. That's all I got to say, Silos. Go ahead and take this fucking pussy, man. Tear him apart. Give him hell, man. Go ahead.
Man, it is crazy how nowadays anybody can do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, we kind of do it, but we do it on the mic, and we know we're a couple of just dumbasses that are going to say dumb shit. But here's the thing. I am not a dumbass, and I'm not about to get in the ring with Mike Tyson. And the only way I would get in that ring with Mike Tyson is if I have some type of fucking ploy to fucking not get the fuck knocked out. Here's the thing. I'm young. I'm like, what, 12 years young? No, he's what, 58, right? So I'm like 16 years younger than that motherfucker. So I have a little bit more stamina than he probably does. But if I'm fighting someone that's 28 years old, like, get the fuck out of here. This motherfucker's going to run around. Because, I mean, think about it. How many punches did Tyson land? He landed 18 fucking punches, and I believe in like 2 rounds, he didn't even land 1 punch. I mean, realistically speaking, if you look at this fight, and I don't know if I've been watching boxing since I was a kid, back in the days when it was a fucking spectacle. A boxing fight meant something. And so I would watch these fights, and I would analyze these fights, and I would say, whoa, shit. And here's the thing. One thing that I can tell you about Jake Paul is, obviously, he is not a fucking boxer. You can claim you're 10-1 or you claim whatever the fuck you want. Obviously, all these wins you had are against another influencer, an MMA fighter. Again, we go back to Tommy Fury. You fought one real boxer, and guess what happened? You fucking lost. Why? Your footwork's not there. You don't have true combinations. There's times that, dude, I'm looking at these fights, and honestly, like, if you were a true boxer, there was a huge opening for you to knock the fuck out of Tyson, especially as old as he is. Here's the thing. This motherfucker wants to talk, oh, I'm a badass. Canelo needs me. I don't need him now. He needs me. Motherfucker, he don't fucking need you. You need him. And here's the thing. You're only calling him out because your fucking ass is what, 220 pounds? Canelo's 160. And I guarantee you he'll still fucking knock your ass out. Why? Because he's a true boxer. His footwork's there, his combination's there, his power is there. I mean, granted, you fight him, you are way bigger than this guy is, and you might land a lucky punch. But that's about fucking it. About the chances that you have. Realistically speaking, you fucking suck. You want to be a fucking boxer, get out there and fucking actually train, and not fucking sign a fucking contract that nobody ever fucking sees, to probably where they can't knock you the fuck out. They can't beat the shit out of you. Because honestly, that's what everybody believes, and that's what we're going to believe until we actually see a fucking contract. Because realistically speaking, anybody that's a true boxing fan knows your footwork's not there, your combination's not there. I mean, power, I don't know. Maybe you do have some power. I don't know. You know, it looks like you possibly do. But at the end of the day, come on, bro. Mike Tyson was ready to knock the fuck out of you, your head knockout, probably like in the first 2 rounds. And I don't remember if it was the second or the third round where it looked like you hugged him. It looked like you might have said something, because after that, this motherfucker backed off of you. And it was just like, okay. And I'm like sitting there like, what the fuck is this? Like, why the fuck is Netflix lagging so bad when everybody's probably asleep watching this fucking fight? It's fucking ridiculous, bro. You call yourself a gallo? Fucking, you know what a gallo is? It's a fucking rooster. You ever seen a rooster fight? Those motherfuckers fight. Unlike your fucking bitch ass, you don't fight, bro. Like, don't take that moniker off your fucking name until you fucking earn it. And you ain't gonna earn it anytime soon. You know what? The Big Papi Podcast is just gonna call you Jake Paul. That's it. You don't fucking El Gallo. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Maybe La Gallina that fucking puts out eggs and shit out of your fucking ass. But that's about it. You're just a fucking little golden goose that brings in money. Yeah, you bring in the money. That's not a fucking... Props to you. You're making shit ton of money with that shit. But that's about fucking all you do, man. Because you're not a fucking true boxer. And I'm fucking done giving you all this fucking clout. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Tell him, Silos. Yeah, I'm good with Gallina. Let's call him Gallina. And it's like I said, man, we're good. Stick to your little influencer boxing. That's all you are, influencer boxing. Stick to fighting your retired MMA fighters, 50-year-old, 58-year-old, and what's next? Joe Biden? I don't know. Go ahead, take him on. I'd actually put money down on Joe. It's got to be like plus 10,000 to 1 at that point. What? 10,000 to 1. We're talking about maybe 100,000 to 1. I don't know. I'll put $1 down to win at 10 grand. And, you know, that's fine. Go ahead. Be a spectacle. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, boy. We're good. We're good. We don't want to see it. All right. Just stop calling yourself a boxer, a real boxer. All right. We can move on though if you're good with that, Silos. Enough of giving this pussy clout.